Hey, what's up all my freaking flyers? This is Dr. Darren. I got about 5 minutes before the start of my 36-hour shift. If you haven't had the opportunity to subscribe, please consider doing so. This is gonna be our week one-ish kind of video of what we've got done at the Fast Tracks building. You're gonna see time-lapse videos of demolition. You're gonna see us install a stove for our little lounge area. We're gonna go on a wild goose chase looking for a Midwest corn silo. And we're gonna crack into a 100-year-old safe that was booby-trapped like the Goonies with tear gas. It is amazing. So this is kind of what we got done this last week. Let's do the dang thing.
Hands down, probably the two favorite things that I'm already realizing that I am absolutely in love with is one, taking my girls to do all this grimy work with me. I have 4 daughters and it has been an absolute blast taking them to the building before school, after school, on weekends and evenings, having picnics, riding around, playing bicycle tag, doing homework on the floor while I'm taking nails out. And number 2, just getting to know and meet these amazing volunteers with their families and their kids and seeing their talents and their huge compassionate hearts. People want to do good in the community, and this has been an amazing kind of just palette to see all these wonderful people come together for a unified cause. Something that has just absolutely floored me is the response that I have gotten from the communities and even way beyond the borders of this community. After making the announcement last week with the video, I've gotten messages on social media, text, phone calls, and emails from people, more than 5 hours away, all the way up in Chicago, down in St. Louis, Peoria, Springfield, Jacksonville, even into Iowa, people that have been reaching out and asking, hey, when are you doing a demo day? When are you doing a build day? And that is just so encouraging, validating, and just, invigorating. I am so just beyond excited that there are so many good people that are willing to sacrifice their time and their energies to make this a reality. It really makes me think of, and part of the inspiration for the model of making this happen is the St. Louis City Museum. I kid you not, it has to be on your bucket list. In 1993, Bob and Gail Casilli, who were artisans, purchased an old shoe factory, over 600,000 square foot, 10 stories in downtown St. Louis. And secretly, without telling anybody, they started to build this unbelievable metropolis of mazes. And what was even more impressive than the final product, which is really just still an evolutionary piece of art, is how they created it. They formed a group and invited local sculptors, welders, concrete people, construction workers, and artisans to come and donate their time and their skill set to build something that would last generations, that would create memories and happiness and health for the entire city of St. Louis and all the visitors who came to see it. I love that concept of everybody coming together for a unified goal, for a purpose of bettering an area. And so I adopted that as a model for building the Fast Tracks. I knew that this town was filled with good, compassionate, and talented, skillful people. So hopefully these people throughout the community will take this opportunity to come and participate and really take ownership in this, and so that it belongs to Quincy. Now I gotta take a second to just acknowledge how sick all these shelves are. These suckers were built to last. There is a nail times 7 at every juncture. It is quite a beast. These wood shelves are over 100 years old. Quick magical school bus history lesson. Back in 1893, Ezra Best started the E. Best Plumbing and Heating Company in Quincy, Illinois. First originally housed in 627 Main Street. In 1920, they moved from the Main Street location to the 628 Jersey Street location. and they have been operating at that location for 100 years. I want to be like them.
So I got it. So officially, at this moment, I am setting a goal for the PHAST Foundation, that the Fast Tracks Indoor Mountain Bike Park will exist for 143 years. Because why not? Why would we set a goal that it is only successful for a year or 5 years or a decade or even a lifetime? The goal is to change a culture, to improve a community in some small way. So why not 143 years?
This week's area of focus has been the second story of the main building. This is going to feature the lower skill mountain bike features. Simple teeter-totters, skinnies, single track log planks, a lot of eye candy and really cool features. All right, so now to the wood stove that I got from an old Midwestern corn farmer. Used to heat at hunting cabin. So what do you do when you don't have a ramp? Improvisation, baby. You grab what you can, where you can. That consisted of some sort of pallet and a steel plate I found in the back corner of the building. And just when I thought I had the science and geometry figured out, I forgot about something called friction, and I lost that battle. You can see me sliding. At that point, I thought the stove was going straight through that back window. This is where I reassess my approach, my life in general, my choices as a child. But I am a firm believer that perspiration and persistence can solve most problems. Boom, baby. Now let's get this stove where it belongs.
Let's see what this sucker weighs. So this old building has an old scale. So let's see how much it weighs, huh? So any guesses? All right, let's see. 200? Ooh. 200, nope. Another 100? Oh, snap! We might be able to do. Let's see. See that? See that scale? Doesn't this remind you of the old like junior high scales for PE? About 279 pounds. That is straight up heavy.
Forgive my dad jokes. Never mind. I'm a father of 4 daughters. I have a right to have dad jokes. Is it crazy of me to want this little small stove to be capable of heating all 54,000 square feet of the building?
24 of the 36 hours done. Yeah, heating this building is going to be a significant issue. We might just have to hand out, those little hand warmers that they have at ski lofts and sell for at the dollar store. I've actually reached out months ago and made contact with Ray, actually the Ray Petro of Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park, and he's helping design this. And they use infrared heating, which is a pretty cool concept, very efficient. I'm sure it's super duper cheap, So we'll see what we end up doing. Hey, if there's any contractors out there or industrial engineers or anybody that has any idea, or HVAC people out there, put your comment down below if you have any experience with heating large 100-plus-year-old buildings made out of steel and concrete. Any ideas, man? Put them down in the comments. I want to know, because I honestly don't know what I'm doing. We had our first annual PHAST Foundation board meeting just this last week. It'll be in week 2 video, and all the members of the foundation were going around and talking about their qualifications, what do they do professionally, and it made me smile because they're there because I need those type of minds on the foundation. But when it got to me, I just said, hey, I'm Darren and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I got a passion to learn and to figure it out for this community. And that really is what it is. This whole project is going to be a series of snafus and steep learning curves, and that's partially why I'm addicted to it. And that's why I'm so excited about it. So if you have any ideas, comments about anything you see in any of my videos, put the comments below. I need to learn what I'm doing. All right, so I just left work. And man, I am sorry for the greasy hair, the bags in the eyes, but oh, you know, when you can leave one passion to go and chase another one, that is a good day. That is a good day. Anyways, so I'm leaving work. I'm going down to a town called Hardin, and I was talking to one of my nurses, and I told him about this crazy idea I had about grain bins and how iconic they are, and how I want to build a mountain bike ramp from the top to the bottom and use it at this building. And she said, you know what? Me and my husband, we went down to this town to eat at a diner, and we drove past rows of grain bins that were crumpled and tipped over and sideways and bent because of a recent flood. And we pulled up the GPS map and we found it. Anyways, that's where I'm off to. Wish me luck.
A few years ago, it had flooded and it had crushed and tipped over a bunch of corn silos. So I got onto Google Maps, and sure enough, there they were, right along the road. So I had a mission. Find me some corn silos.
Anywho, so sitting there in line, I'm like, huh. And I'm looking around, trying to see if there's any houses, anybody that I could knock on and kind of take advantage of my time. And I saw this guy parked over off side of the road, kind of in this little, next to, almost looked like a garage. He was a human, and he looked old, and he looked like a local. So I went over, rolled down my window, and gave him a nod. We said hi. Super pleasant gentleman. And sure enough, he knew everybody about everything in the town. He knew exactly who owned those silos that I checked out, and he proceeded to give me country directions. Now, if you've never had country directions, they don't use maps, they don't pull out GPS. It's all about landmarks, right? So his directions were, all right, just go down this road. Okay, I don't know, about a quarter mile, you're gonna go up a little hill. You wanna turn your left blinker on. Not after, it's gonna be too late. Turn your left blinker on, okay? And then as soon as you hit the crest of the hill, you're gonna see a blue house. Now it's got gray shingles, blue house, gray shingles. Old Miss Betty, she put that on after the storm of 2017. And so it looks good. In my mind, I'm dying because I grew up in a small town in Oregon, and that's how it is. They're not just giving directions, they're telling you a story. They are replaying the town's history, and you get to live it before you get to your destination. And if you know what I'm talking about, it is so enjoyable / frustrating because I want to get where I want to go, and they got to tell me about that accident back in '98 where there was a flood, and Mr. Bohefus, his tractor was put up on Mr. Johnson's front yard, and the town had to pull it out. But I also love it. Anyway, and I just got to the corn silo, so I don't know, those might be a little hard to manage, but there's these couple. These are kind of banged up. All right, let's go inside. Yes! Now, wouldn't this be awesome to ride your bike around in? Like, you're just like, all the way around and then even up. And as I'm looking at this, I mean, it's just bolts. I mean, thousands of them. And it's just corrugated steel. But I could totally take this down, take it apart, and repurpose it. I know I could. We could totally use it. So now, I gotta convince the farmers to sell it to me or just give it to me. So we're gonna see if we can figure that out. So my next mission is to find who owns these property and these silos, and see if they'll let me have them. So there definitely presents a couple obstacles with doing this though. Deconstruction, probably, I mean, if I used anything like that, it would take some serious hammering to straighten it out. Deconstruction and then reconstructing, transportation, meeting city codes. I don't know if you're allowed to have a silo downtown in the middle of the city. And for recreational purposes. Then I got to build a ramp structure inside. Yeah. So I'm really excited because I think this is a sweet idea. Oh, yes. So you got to think outside of the box. Yes. Okay. So this could work. All right. It's cold. Back in the car.
Time to head back home and try to crack a safe.
Drop-in access. Oh, whoa. Is this a safe? Check this bad boy. What? Well, all right. Well, I have to figure out. I got to figure it out. Oh. That could be dangerous. We got to figure out the safe code for that. No way. Y'all, they have a safe. They have a safe. With safety. Key won't open. Huh. Look at that. I wonder if all the keys downstairs, you know what I mean? I wonder if that's what that's for. 259, no key. I wonder what. Oh, shoot. What if a locksmith could get in there? Look at those. Look at those doors. That's solid. Yeah, see, it looks like they just drilled out here, so maybe they can do that with that one. Nothing. This is so cool. Look at that safety deposit boxes. Well, that is cool. Well, look at this. So it's like, wow, so you shut that one. You shut that, no freaking way, there's a key. Stop it. Stop it. Maybe wrong one? Great, now I can't get it open. Pooh. Well, that is crazy. Oh, hope I didn't slug it. Well, that doesn't seem to really work. Oh, check that out. Now it works. Wow. Well, looks like I've got some investigation to do. Anyways, so it looks like the PHAST money will be in good hands. All right, so we are now 35 and a half hours in. As you can see by the ojos, it's been a rough shift. When I first started looking into companies that might be able to help out, I thought I was gonna have to get someone down from like Chicago or New York or maybe up from St. Louis. But luck would have it, there is actually a company, A1 Security, here in Quincy, and he loved these old safes. And he was able to come down and he did a banger's job.
I think I want to put it back on. This is tear gas. It's a vial of tear gas.
Holy moly, so like if it breaks it,
If somebody tries to break in,
No way, really?
Uh-huh.
Are you kidding me? Here, guys? They had to be doing some sort of laundering in here. That's crazy. I cannot believe it.
You know, think, well, heck, I can break that, and they knock the dial off and bust
Oh,
it.
yeah, I noticed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right, so I got to come up with a code, 3 rings, that stays from 0 to 100. That is so cool. I love it. A quick research dive shows that this Sargent and Greenleaf Company was formed in Rochester, New York in 1864. It was only 20 years old when E. Best hired them to build this safe. And now, because of this man's amazing talents and tinkering capabilities, the PHAST Foundation has a 100-year-old functional safe vault and security deposit boxes. What do you think we should keep in it? Any suggestions? Made it home, about to go take a nap, all cleaned up with my best friend Penny. Let's do it. On to week 2. Nuggles. Nuggin. Butterfly kisses. And squid fingers.